Hey guys, this is the Dono926 and welcome to my unboxing of the Elgato Game Capture HD60. Normally I do an unboxing and review, but seeing as how I can't really review this unless I get to use it, I'm gonna save my review for another video, mainly when I get to review Diablo 3 The Ultimate Evil Edition, which for my blog will be the first actual video review that I've ever posted, so stay tuned for that, guys. But sorry about that. That was my cell phone going off. But for the most part, let's get started with the packaging. As you can see here in the front, it's just like the old Elgato packaging. It says Elgato here in the top right-handed corner. There's a little play button. There's a picture of the device, which is newly shaped, as you can see. And then here at the bottom just says Game Capture HD60, Next Generation Gameplay Sharing. Then it says it in French. On the side here, you have a picture of the Elgato. My guess is that's what you call this, true to form picture, so it's probably going to be that size. That's going to be that big though. I may be wrong. Then on the other side, it says Elgato, and then it says Game Capture HD60 right here. On the back, it just talks about some of the things that the Elgato does. Well, this new version of the Elgato supports Twitch feeds, direct to YouTube, Instagram, things like that. And then here are just some next gen things that it talks about. Also here, just a little image of it being used, I think on, probably looks like a MacBook, but it's not a MacBook, it's just a little computer. And then again, there's the device. On the top, it just says Elgato Gaming. And then on the bottom, it just has some copyright info, UPC, all that good stuff. Alright, so let me grab my trusty spudger. Just a little piece of wood that has sharp ends so I can peel off the plastic. There you go. And as you may know, Elgato is pretty much the most famous of the game capture cards. HD, PVR, Hot Pog, those are pretty famous also, but more as of late, Elgato has been a big deal, mainly because of its size and how easy it is to connect to any console. Most people see the only drawback with the Elgato being that if you capture from a PS4 or a PS3, they have the HDMI protection thing, or the HDMI security. So instead of that going HDMI with that, you have to go component. And generally some people don't like that, but it says that with this new version of the Elgato, you don't have to worry about that. So when I take off the little outer box here, you take a look inside. That's a little preview of what the software looks like. Then when you open that up, you get to see the Elgato. And then here it's elgato.com/gaming download. And you have to download the software, which kind of sucks. It doesn't come preloaded with a disc or some way to give it to you, but that's all good. Well, anyway, going digital is going digital. So let's see. Here's a little pull tab. Inside we have some basics. This is the HDMI cable with I think that's mini USB. Yep, mini USB. And then underneath that is a regular HDMI cable. Oh, I'm sorry, I said this one was an HDMI cable, just USB to mini USB. And then it comes prepackaged with an HDMI cable, which is pretty cool. When when the Xbox 360 and the PS3 went high def, they didn't come packaged with HDMI cables. Now the Xbox One and the PS4 do, which is pretty awesome. And then last but not least in here, no instructions, but you get a awesome Elgato gaming sticker. And if you know anything about me, well, I'm still pretty new to this, but if you follow my blog, you know that I'm a crazy sticker hound. And last but not least, let's take the Elgato out. That is really nice. It looks like a tiny little hotspot, which is actually pretty awesome. Okay, and then at the top here where the Elgato was sitting, it says little instructions on how to plug it in. You know, you get your audio, HDMI in, your USB, and your HDMI out. Doesn't seem to be anything else in the box. And then the back of the box is still pretty much the same. Well, let's take a closer look at the Elgato. It is way smaller than the original. Well, at the same time, the other one was pretty small. This is more of a pebble-like, I want to say. Unfortunately, I don't have the original Elgato to do a comparison like I did with my Dragon Daggers. But it's pretty thin. Still has that black matte finish on it. It's small enough that you could essentially put some double-sided tape on it and stick it to the wall so that it's out of your way. That's pretty cool. You know, I'm happy I picked it up. I was looking to get an Elgato, and you know, I'm one of those people that, I don't want to say I'm observant, but when when I was walking through Best Buy, and I noticed that the regular Elgato was constantly being sold out, not because it was being bought a lot, but mainly because they get 2 or 3, and then, well, it was being bought a lot, you know, considering. But essentially, it would take a really long time for them to restock in it, and I realized that could mean that a newer version of it's coming out, so I just waited. And one day when I walked in, they had this version, which ironically is limited to only Best Buy. So if you do happen to live next to a Best Buy, I recommend purchasing one. If you check bestbuy.com, I don't believe it's up for shipping because the demand is so high. But if you do end up finding one, I do recommend it. Again, I will say this is just an unboxing for my review on the Elgato. Most likely I'll post it up in a couple days. Okay. Again, one more time, if you enjoyed or liked the video, please hit that like. If it's your first time watching one of my videos, please hit the subscribe button, because I do post almost not daily, but give or take every couple of days. Until next time, geeks.